Peter, racked with guilt and shame, at the very moment that he had promised to stand up for Jesus, his mentor, his Lord, he failed. Instead, he betrayed the one he loved the most. Peter woke up to an Easter morning and a reality that he would never dance again. It was over. Alexei McCammond, 2 weeks ago, went from being recently selected as the Emerging Journalist of the Year to resigning from being an editor-in-chief with the media giant Condé Nast in shame and in guilt over tweets that she had made as a teenager. By her own admission, she made offensive and idiotic tweets, as she put it, as a teenager. Just days ago, Alexei woke up to a reality that she would never dance again. It was over. What is the worst thing that you've ever done? The stupidest thing that you have ever said? Oh, dear God, there are things that I said, things that I thought as a teenager that I'm not even going to tell you. Thank God there was no internet to forever archive those things. And I really do wonder how people growing up with an archive of all of that, how they're going to deal with it all. I'm probably being naive, but maybe it makes us all a little bit more gracious and forgiving with each other. Maybe. But it sure wasn't that way with Alexei. There was a crowd cheering for her termination. And that, my friend, is why Easter is so important. It's because the message of this day is that none of us are forever chained to the worst things we've ever done. Yes, there are consequences in life, but you always have new chances to dance. When Peter heard that Jesus' body wasn't in the tomb, he took off running because maybe, just maybe, there was a chance. Peter had woken up to the reality of his failure, to the truth of the consequences of his actions and his inaction. And if you can't relate to this feeling, you either haven't lived or you are not being honest. There are no pristine examples of perfection. There are no perfect people. You and I, we've done stupid, hurtful things. And if you had to carry the guilt and shame of all that with you forever, who could stand? The message of Easter is that you can recover. That Christ's values of mercy and compassion, those are for you. In fact, if you continually beat yourself up for a lifetime, if you allow your worst moments to hold you back, and if you can't move forward forgiven and free to live this life, these days that you have fully and passionately, you will squander the gift that you've been given. Easter is a message of hope. And resurrection isn't just about what happens after death. It's a way of living with hope, free of the burden of guilt and shame holding you down. So when I heard the story of Alexei's resignation, when I heard about all the shame that was being piled on her, all I could think was, Alexi, get up and dance. Yes, you did something as a teenager that was stupid and hurtful, but you are forgiven and free. Get up and dance. I don't know what this young woman's future is going to be, but I do not accept that God put so much talent into her that she is forever defined by teenage tweets. Because I know the power of Easter. I don't know what your future is going to be. But I know that if you can accept the meaning of this day into your life, that you are forgiven and free, that you can live passionately and fully. And more than that, if we can be a people, a community that lives that message out, a church community that offers this message, we can offer a ray of hope that maybe this world can become a little more forgiving, a little more gracious. Maybe we can move the needle just a bit in that direction, that God's kingdom here on earth might come just a little closer. So that thing, that memory of you at your worst, it does not define you. I don't even care what it was. Because by the power of Easter, you do not have to be chained to it forever. You can recover. You can dance again. And we need to dance, perhaps metaphorically and literally. A year ago on Easter, I was here in the Colonial Church Sanctuary alone. In this room, it was quiet as a tomb. It was a long year of Lent. And today is Easter. And by the power of resurrection hope, I am ready to dance again, right out of this tomb. And I'd like to dance with you. Do you know the Jerusalema? Take a look.
Dance craze giving us all something to smile about during the pandemic. The Jerusalema started in South Africa, but has been recreated the world over, with pretty much everyone from health workers to nuns getting involved. And when the Swiss police took up the challenge, it sparked a virtual dance-off with the Irish Gardaí, as Sejal Karia reports.
It is the dance craze uniting the world, separated by the pandemic. Everyone from monks in Israel to nuns in Africa. From the beaches of India to the supermarkets of France. Even animals have been bopping along with their keepers. And it is this 2019 South African hit, Jerusalema by Master KG, that's providing the uplifting soundtrack for difficult times. And it was this group of friends in Angola who set the song to their own dance moves, sparking a global trend while eating dinner. And when the Swiss police decided to join in, they set a challenge to the National Police Service in Ireland, the Garda, to come up with their own version.
I had to find 4 other victims, really. We say participants, but they were total victims. So I think they were half afraid to say no, really.
Why do you think it's a song and it's a beat that has captured the imagination of so many people around the world?
Just really to take people's minds off things just for a couple of minutes and give them a bit of a lift.
A song and a dance craze bringing global joy at such difficult times. Sejal Karia, ITV News.
It's a line dance. And I know that we can do this together. So whether you're here at Colonial Church right now on Easter Sunday morning, or you're with us online, here's the plan. Over the next few weeks, we're going to practice and learn the Jerusalema dance. in 4 weeks, we're going to record ourselves here dancing together as we're worshiping outside on Sunday, April 25th. And if you're with us online, you can record yourself dancing and send that in. And then we're going to put together a video and challenge our friends at another church to do the same dance for Pentecost Sunday in May. It's been a year, and this Easter, we can begin to dance again.